Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In certain circumstances, situations, when we, have to act, we kind of start acting in the same way. For instance, when a police officer stops you, you will probably employ one kind of behavior, all right? And then after a while, you figure out what works and what doesn't work. Usually nothing works, but anyway, you will employ one behavior. If you're a certain kind of person, if you're a different kind of person, you might get shot. So here we have, for instance, the Americans and they call it NATO, but let's call it NATO, but we know it's United States of America, and the Ukrainians and the mass media. There's a certain way of putting together an article and information and delivering it to us. The same with the decisions. If you pay attention, and I'm pretty sure you did, the Americans are doing this way. When they want to, let's say, deliver glasses to someone, they're not going to say, you know what, we're going to deliver these ones right now, boom. No, they start from far away. They start with the small steps, with a mountain slope, theory, or however you want to call it, method. Just start slowly. Which is start talking about glasses, and then start talking about glasses and the person or the entity that will about to receive, just in general. Then you say, no, this is not going to be delivered there. And then you say, well, how about we need to do it? And so on. So you escalate it. And in time, after a certain kind of time, a month, 2 weeks, a year, depending on the issue, that will get delivered over there. So what did they do? They just groomed us. They got us ready, They seasoned us, ready to be put on the grill, the steak, to eat it after that. So this is what Danilov does, I think. No, I'm pretty sure 99%. Why? Because of his previous statements. And the same thing happened. Well, it's like I talk about, you know what? I like my neighbor's money. Or I like my neighbor's car. All of a sudden. Or I would say, I would not buy my neighbor's car. What? So when I start talking about, I would not cause that kind of thing. Out of the blue, you would wonder, why in the hell this guy is talking about this? Nobody talked about this. Why do you bother? Because it's, the tendering thing, the seasoning, the grooming. That's exactly what happens with Danilov with the nuclear weapons. The Ukrainians want nuclear weapons, but now they start talking about it. But they say, no, we cannot build them on our own. So we need someone else to deploy them here. Or maybe give them to us, which is not going to happen. I hope these guys are still, in the realm of reality now and then. So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, and this weasel, Danilov, says that Ukraine won't be able to develop an independent nuclear deterrent. Why are you guys talking about this? What's the nuclear deterrent? An atomic bomb? Nuclear weapon? Exactly. Kiev does not have the capacity to develop and produce nuclear weapons on its own in foreseeable future. Do you understand what's going on here? This is called, as I said, grooming us. They're just, little by little. So too many words. Does not have the capacity to develop and produce nuclear weapons. Why do you even talk about it? On its own, that means, hey, we are open for deliveries in the foreseeable future. Now, it depends. If you see only until tomorrow, and then means the next day could be possible. Although, right here, hosting allied nuclear arsenal could be a part of future security guarantees. Got that? All right. So now that step one does not have the capability, which we should not even talk about it. The second one, foreseeable future, they give us the reason why on its own. And then they say, but you know what? Maybe we can host other peoples. How about that? The idea is here, it doesn't say we don't want them. Obviously, we want them because although hosting allied nuclear arsenal could be a part of future security guarantees, so they're open to that. Danilov commented on the possibility of Ukraine getting access to a nuclear deterrent in some form. missiles as part of long-term international security guarantees. So you see, when Putin, that idiot, was barking all along that Ukraine will be taken by NATO, the NATO will place missiles, defense missiles systems, as they did in Romania and Poland, the guy said, no, 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 no. Now you can say, obviously, well, we do it because you intervened, and how do you call that? What's that word? Unprovoked. You just attacked us. That's it. That's why we have to defend. Think about security. So it's your fault. So it's who said, it's like, you're going to do this. I know you want to do this. No, I'm not going to do this. But you know what? I'm going to take care of your house. And then say, wait a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I need to defend myself now. All right. Anyway, the thing is, they want nuclear weapons. Either they will not be allowed to have them on their own or given by someone else. And I'm quoting here. As for the arsenal that we had confiscated after the dissolution of the Soviet Union, let's be realistic. It is unlikely to be possible at all to restore it, he said, and not just for political reasons, but also for technological ones. The official emphasized the Soviet-era intercontinental missiles, which were previously stationed in Ukraine, are a complex matter, suggesting that having an independent nuclear weapons program is not a realistic option. He noted that there are countries that do not possess nuclear weapons themselves, but they are provided with them upon invitation by some of their allies. So you understand, okay? This is good enough. And we invite them. You're invited. You've been invited for many years yet now. And I'm quoting, whether this work in our case, I cannot tell you right now, but I know tomorrow everything can change, because it is a complex, responsible, and difficult task. Yeah, but you're talking about it without needing talking about it. Why do you talk about it? Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki previously announced that his country wants to host nuclear weapons on its territory under NATO's nuclear sharing program. Yeah, nuclear sharing is a NATO program that is part of the alliance nuclear deterrence policy. They included here Poland, so for you and I, see, it's not a big deal if Ukraine would have it, Poland would have it too. Okay? Nuclear sharing is a NATO program that is a part of the alliance's nuclear deterrence policy. Under this program, NATO countries provide nuclear warheads to other states that do not possess their own nuclear weapons. Who controls them? Not you. And those other countries, all right, NATO countries, those countries are only one. I never heard of France deploying any nuclear warheads in any other country but France or Great Britain. I've never heard them deploying anything else. So when I say not NATO countries, no, NATO country provide nuclear warheads to other states that do not possess their own nuclear weapons. Since November 2009, US nuclear weapons have been stationed in Belgium, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Turkey as part of the program. And when the Russians did it in Belarus, they all started vomiting and saying, my pussy hurts. But they did it already 6 times. Why 6 times? 5 countries, 6 locations. That's why. So you see, my friends, Ukraine is ready to be deeper, if you know what I mean. She's already, not by the Russians necessarily, by the other guys that have the Russians use something else. I don't want to be too explicit here. After all, Ukraine is unfortunately in the middle of this, and these weasels that are in charge of Ukraine are pushing Ukraine to destruction and tragedy. All this could have been avoided. But hey, you had the 2014, you have NATO, you have the Minsk agreements that you didn't want to comply with, even though you signed it. You signed them. So anyway, you will hear more discussion on this one. If Russia, if this continues, you're gonna hear about it. I don't think that, I'm 99% certain the Americans will not deploy nuclear missiles on the territory of Ukraine until Russia is destroyed. Destroyed, yeah, bum bum bum, and it's gonna become a vassal state. Not a vassal state, I think will be chained. I mean, other countries are vassal states, but this country will be chained. Cannot move left and right. It's too big, too important, too strong. And remember Victoria Nuland, she intervened. She was invited, not intervened. She was invited in a, can't remember what kind of panel. She intervened through a screen, through virtual. And she said that, guys, we gotta put all our effort into this, which is Russia, because we're not gonna do this again. That is, if this doesn't work out, the guys will become too strong and we will not be able to try again. So now it's almost, in their assessment, reaching a critical mass where can't control it. Now they don't know if already reached, which is Russia, and it's uncontrollable, or they try everything, all the chemicals, everything, to put in the whole thing to contain it and then control it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Concerning now, it was very clear that these guys have this kind of mentality, and you say, yeah, well, if those guys attack you, well, why did they attack you? Well, I'm provoked. Okay, you believe in that one, then I know. Give me $30,000 now, and I will give you all that money tomorrow with an interest of 3,000%. We'll meet tomorrow. Definitely we'll meet. All right, my friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.